GMA cover story. Former Bachelor in Paradise couple Jade and Tanner Tolbert are revealing a heartbreaking miscarriage. Now the couple is opening up, and they've sat down with ABC's Kana Whitworth. Good morning, Kana.
Hey, Cecilia, good morning. So this is a secret that they even kept from their parents until now. The couple getting pregnant while filming Bachelor in Paradise and then suffering a miscarriage. And now, years later, as they prepare for another baby, they say their grief over this lost child has been overwhelming.
They're the real-life couple who first met in Paradise.
Tanner, would you like to go on a date with me?
Okay.
Popular cast members Jade and Tanner Tolbert fell in love on the show 4 years ago, engaged after just 4 weeks.
Will you make me the happiest man on earth and marry me?
And then married, welcoming their daughter Emerson in August of 2017.
Want to come sit up here?
Now the Bachelor alums opening up about a secret they've been keeping for years.
You always hear those stories about those couples that get pregnant the very first time they have sex. I never thought that would be me, but it was.
But in a new YouTube video, the couple revealing something else for the first time.
Sadly, we did lose the baby, which at the time I didn't really grieve because I didn't know really how to process it. It was so much, so fast.
Now expecting another child in August, the couple's feelings of loss are surfacing.
This pregnancy, especially for some reason, has been really emotional for me. And so I think that's kind of why Tanner and I were talking, and I was like, I really just feel like this is time for me to say something because I've been keeping it in for so long.
I'm sure you're, like spending this time pregnant, kind of hearkening back to that time.
Some days you feel like you're making progress and you're healing, and then some days it just like hits you like a freight train.
Yeah.
Because I do think about the baby and just like what he or she would have been like. And I feel like you would listen to me, but it really wasn't something that would hit home to you.
You have the perspective now, though, of a father.
Right. Before I didn't. I was just a guy. As a guy, you don't become a dad until the baby's there, I feel like.
The couple says they decided to share their story because they want others to know they're not alone in their grief.
I feel like a lot of women feel like they can't share their truths. I think when one more person opens up, it's just like giving yourself permission to discover or get in touch with those feelings of your own.
So the couple receiving an abundance of support online. Also, Tanner sharing with me that as he reflects on that time, he thinks that he should have been grieving with his wife instead of for his wife. And Cecilia, I thought that was such a powerful message for the many couples out there going through the same thing.
It really is. Kana, our thanks to you, and our thanks to them for sharing this story. Let's bring in our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, back with this. You're an OBGYN. You know better than anyone. Miscarriages are so common. We don't talk about them enough.
Exactly.
What do people need to know?
Well, we have a saying in OBGYN, Cecilia, that if a woman is pregnant enough times, her chance of having a miscarriage, maybe even before she even knows she's pregnant, is so incredibly high. However, and this is the big but, that does not make it any easier. When you're sitting with a woman or a couple who's just had a loss, this is a loss of life. It is a major, major and traumatic event, and they have different processes and stages of grief and mourning, and we need to realize that. In terms of causes, there is such a long list. The most common by far is a chromosomal abnormality in the embryo, but there are structural or anatomic issues like fibroids, certain hormonal conditions that predispose a woman to loss, especially in the first trimester, and then less common things like infection or clotting disorder. And again, yes, it's important to know the statistics, but when it happens to you, it really doesn't matter how many other people have it happen.
That list is so important because so many women think it's my fault, I did something wrong, and when you see it there, it's not.
That's right. And I think when we hear stories like this, it's so powerful because it shows the bravery and the courage of a woman and a couple to come forth and talk about things that unfortunately in 2019 we still don't talk about enough. We whisper about this, and that range of emotions psychologically, emotionally is actually way more serious to deal with than anything physical. There's anger, blame, fear, guilt, shame. You know, as women, we feel like, what's wrong with me that I couldn't continue this pregnancy. And I can't emphasize this enough. A lot of times it's no one's fault. It's nothing you did or didn't do, but that psychological issue, taking care of the mind in this case, I think is more medically important than taking care of the body.
Starting with talking about it.
Yeah, and remember the partners are involved
Yes.
as well. It's not just something that goes on with one person.
Thank you, Jen.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.